Alright, welcome back to Channel 7. My name is Ivana and today I'm going to be trying to convince you guys to read books that I love and have objectively high ratings as well. So these are some of my top rated books on GoodReads that are my favorites. So a little combination of both because some books are highly rated and they're not my favorites. These ones, like I said, they are both. Yeah, so I'm gonna be trying to persuade you to pick one of these up this summer. I've already done the deed with some of my friends. I've convinced them to check some of these books out of their library. I want to hear their thoughts. I want to hear their feelings. I want to know what they think, essentially. And I would love to do a series version of this, favorite series that I think you guys should read. I have some favorites that are, I would say, underrated or not well known. So again, I would love to make a series version of this video, but for now we're sticking with singles. These are not all standalones, but if they are not a standalone, the series is not completed and thus it cannot be a favorite series. But yeah. Okay, I'm super excited and we're gonna start from the lowest rated to highest rated. These are all above 4 stars on GoodReads, so they're all, again, objectively high in terms of ratings. So yeah. The first book that I have to convince you guys to read is Float by Kate Merchant. I feel like I have kind of shoved this book a little bit down some people's faces, or what? That doesn't even make sense. Down some people's throats. I remember when I found out that this got published this year, I was so excited because this is a Wattpad book. I first read this when I was in grade 7 or 8. It was on Wattpad. I was obsessed. But what matters is that I have the physical copy and I reread it this year. I would say that this is honestly pretty good. This is chef's kiss. And it's just a lighthearted summer romance. It's a bit of a coming of age story, finding yourself, finding friends that really compliment you, and also just becoming one with your environment and your space. And I truly love the story. I am a huge fan of coastal beach town settings. I feel like I've said this in at least every other book video. So again, this book is set in a beach town. I love settings like that, thus this book is already something that I would love. And then the characters are just fun and they're so sweet and caring, and I love the friendship vibes in this book. So yeah, Float by Kate Merchant. This has a 4.06 rating on GoodReads. I gave it 5 stars, so a favorite. The next book is actually not the book that I'm holding, but this is the sequel to the book I'm talking about. Children of Blood and Bone, book 1 in this series. When I tell people about this, the first things that I like to kind of use to promote it is, if you liked Avatar: The Last Airbender, imagine that in a West African setting. And then you have this book. It's obviously not a carbon copy, it's nothing like that, but it does have the essence of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I think part of that comes with the adventurous nature of the plot, how the character is traveling and continuously running from somebody who is trying to kill her, kind of how Aang was constantly running from Zuko. So you get the vibes, and they're also going into these temples looking at old scrolls, and there's just so much Avatar-esque vibes in this book. But again, it's a West Africa. It actually has a lot of Yoruba cosmology in it, so that is a whole thing if that interests you. And I would highly recommend you pick it up. It has a 4.10 rating on GoodReads, and I think I've given it 5 stars. It's my second favorite book of all time. The next book I don't have, but it is by Elizabeth Acevedo, and that is The Poet X. I have read all of Elizabeth Acevedo's work. I've read With the Fire on High, Clap When You Land, and The Poet X. My favorite two are Clap When You Land and The Poet X, but I want to talk about The Poet X for a second because when I read that, it moved me deeply. The story basically follows a girl, and she has grown up in a very kind of strict, I would say, Catholic home. I hope I'm remembering the story correctly. I don't even have the book to check up on the facts.
Okay, I'm editing this and realizing that I got that completely wrong. The main character's name is Yamada, and she has grown up being taught to kind of be silent and not to voice her opinion. So the story deals with voice and also just learning to speak your mind and being able to speak for yourself. That is expressed in very different dynamics between friendship, family, self in the church and stuff like that.
The Poet X has a 4.39 rating on GoodReads. By the way, I'm going in ascending order. Did I say that at the beginning? I don't know. The next book also is tied with the Poet X, and that is Raybear by Jordan Ifwik. This book is brilliant. If you are looking for a slow burn high fantasy that centers friendship, family, and just loyalty, I would highly recommend this book. It is incredible. And I feel like I say that for everything that I love, but I really just don't have enough words to express how I feel about this story. The main character, Teresa, has grown up isolated from the world. She has been raised by a woman named the Lady, who has basically sheltered her from the world, except now she is requesting one favor from Teresa, and that is that she becomes part of the prince's council and kills him. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm just realizing that this is an afro. Like, these are the cornrows and this is the fro. That's brilliant. The next book that I'm gonna talk about, I'm debating, should I talk about, I know I'm doing this in ascending order, so I have to talk about this next, but this is my favorite book of all time. Okay, I just want to put that out there so y'all know this is my favorite book of all time. And for that reason, I think it deserves the utmost respect. And that is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. There is no book out there like this book right here. If you're looking for a King Arthur retelling that takes place on the UNC Chapel Hill College campus, if you're looking for a awe-inspiring, absolutely brilliant, striking black main character, this is the book for you. Okay, this is the book for you. It has friendship, it has secret societies, boys clubs, it has magic, it has all of it. Okay, like, it is really not lacking. I could not deceive you. I just, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. But like, let's talk. Okay, so Brie Matthews is our main character. As you can see, she's black and she's beautiful, and she's, look at that, resilience. That is what that is on her face. Resilience. Brie Matthews, her mother has just passed away. She has passed away in a car accident, and Brie is absolutely stricken by grief. At the same time, she received a admissions letter to this like advanced high school program at the UNC Chapel Hill College campus with her best friend Alice. A campus her mom did not want her to go to in the first place, but now she feels like she has no other choice but to go to escape the reality of her life at home without her mother. Her and Alice take off to the UNC Chapel Hill campus, and on their first night there, they are at this party at like the reservoir or something, or the chasm, something like that, and she witnesses a magical attack. But of course, she doesn't actually know what's going on. She's not really sure if she's in her right mind. I mean, she knows something fishy is happening. So of course, Brie decides to investigate, and what she finds leads her to believe that this society that is wielding magic has been involved with her mother's death. And for that reason, Brie has decided she is going to infiltrate the secret society, become a member, and take down the people who potentially killed her mother. But in the process, she makes friends, she finds love, dare I say, or multiple love, dare I say? And she competes, finding strength in herself that she didn't even know she had. She learns about her roots. She learns a lot of secrets that her mother never told her. I love this book. I love it. I literally need more people to read this so we can talk about it. I don't think people understand my need for them to read my favorite books, because then who am I going to talk to them about? The last book I don't have, unfortunately. It's a book that I do want to get in my collection, even if it's just to have it there and like not, I loved listening to it because it was read by the author, and that is the highest rated book out of all of my favorites in this list today, and that is Becoming by Michelle Obama. It has a 4.49 rating, I'm pretty sure. It is a brilliant, captivating tale of Michelle Obama's life. I have to say, she has a gift for storytelling, and the way that she expressed her past, present, and future has just made me so inspired. And I remember when I first read it, I couldn't put it down. I needed to keep listening to her just walk through every moment, her first job, her first meeting with Obama, like it was just chef's kiss. But honestly, it's worth your time, and I think if you want to read a memoir or an autobiography that is awe-inspiring, I would highly recommend reading Michelle Obama's Becoming. Those are all the books that I am here to convince you to read. Legend Board. Somebody read it, please. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. Let me know what you're reading, if you're reading anything else.